Namaskara, the South Indian is here. Today's focus is on Karnataka, and I shall start the show by using certain words, certain phrases. And these are quotes from the man who is in the eye of a storm. This is kept in the dark, weighing options, not informed. These are words used by none other than the president of JDS and former Union Minister C.M Ibrahim, who openly expressed his deep resentment against JDS aligning with the BJP in the state with an eye on 2024 election. What's more, C.M Ibrahim alleges that he was not even taken into confidence when the Gowdas visited Delhi to finalize the deal. Listen in to what he said.
कुमार स्वामी जी मेरे छोटे भाई हैं, देव गौड़ा जी मेरे पिता समान हैं, मैं उनकी इज्जत करता हूं। आज कुमार स्वामी जी अमित शाह जी के साथ जो बातचीत करे जाके, इससे काफी दिल को दर्द हुआ मुझे, क्योंकि पार्टी का कोई फैसला होता है तो पार्टी अध्यक्ष करता है। बिना अध्यक्ष को पूछे, बिना अध्यक्ष को बोले दिल्ली अगर गए हैं, जनता दल देवे गौड़ा के नेतृत्व और उनकी लीडरशिप हिंदुस्तान की सबसे पुरानी है। बीजेपी को चाहिए था कि वो देवेगौड़ा के घर आए, देवेगौड़ा को बीजेपी के घर ले जाने का जो काम किए हैं, इससे मुझे दिल को बहुत दर्द हुआ है। ये होना नहीं चाहिए था। और कुमार स्वामी जी ने खुद कहा है कि मैं चंद बातें अध्यक्ष को कहा हूं, चंद बातें मैं नहीं कहा हूं। भाई, पॉलिटिक्स में कोई चीज छुपाने की नहीं है। बीजेपी से अगर आप समझौता कर रहे हो, क्या आपके सिद्धांत को बीजेपी मानी है या बीजेपी के सिद्धांत को आप माने हैं? नंबर वन, जिस वक्त बातचीत हुई, इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन नया जो छपाए हैं ये, उसमें सोशलिज्म और सेक्युलरिज्म के वर्ड्स नहीं है। क्या इस पर आप राजी हैं? नंबर तीन, बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर का संविधान, इस पर कुछ बात हुई? मैत्री क्या बात होती है भाई? अगर आपके पास ताकत है तो आपको मांगने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप देने के मुकाम में हैं। ठीक है, जनता दल को पार्लियामेंट में सीट नहीं मिली, परवाह नहीं, लेकिन अपने सिद्धांत को, उसूलों को किसी के कदमों पर रख के चलना। जनता दल 1975 में लोकनायक जयप्रकाश नारायण के नेतृत्व में पार्टी बनी जेल में। हमारी पैदाइशी श्री कृष्ण जन्माष्टमी है। सबका साथ सबका विकास ये नारा देने वाली जनता दल है, इमरजेंसी में लड़ने वाली जनता दल है। ऐसी बहादुर पार्टी को आप अकेले जाके ये जो करके आए हैं, पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता और पार्टी के पूरे नेता इसके खिलाफ।
Very clearly, he is not only disappointed, he is extremely angry. He is trying, of course, his level best to keep it under check. You know, let's not forget that Ibrahim had joined the JDS and made president of the party last year with the sole aim of garnering the 13% votes of the minorities. And today, this is what he said, and I am quoting him yet again. Deve Gowda, like he said, is a father, and Kumaraswamy is my brother. He said, I have affection for them, but what has hurt me is that I am the party president, and you, meaning the Deve Gowda and also his son, have gone to Delhi without saying a word to me. You have not told me about the discussions. You had said the core committee will travel across the state, gather opinion, and then a decision will be taken. Before the core committee could start its tour, you went to Delhi and met BJP leaders. Now, Ibrahim also added that India, that is the bloc, that is the opposition bloc, Those leaders have been in constant touch with him, and he has said very clearly that I shall firm up my plans by mid-October. You know what? It is more than obvious that the JDS-BJP marriage in Karnataka is over. It's over even before it began. Yes, politics just make leaders to perform incredible somersaults, and particularly when it's a question of survival. But some turnarounds or somersaults are obviously very shocking. Now, post the assembly elections in the state, JDS patriarch Deve Gowda had said how, for the larger good of Karnataka, his party may join hands with the BJP to push the Congress back in the state legislature. But if you may recall, when he was queried about his party's plans for Lok Sabha elections in 2024, he had said very, very categorically, and I am quoting him, whether we, meaning the party, win 5, 6, 3, 2 or 1 seat, we will fight the Lok Sabha elections independently. We will field candidates only in those places where we are strong after consulting with our workers. But then in the same vein, when asked if his party will join any alliance to firm up plans for 2024, Gowda had said the party would decide on its action in future based on the prevailing situation. In the interest of a stable government in the country, we will decide according to the situation that emerges at a particular moment in history. H.D. Deve Gowda's moment arrived, and he went and met the BJP chief, J.P. Nadda, and Home Minister Amit Shah to discuss the structure of the alliance. An ex-chief minister and BJP strongman B.S. Yedurappa announced the BJP-JDS alliance is now final. Although there is no formal ratification, but sources say the JDS was offered 4 seats, that being Kolar, Hassan, Mandya and Bengaluru rural. But for the past 1 week, what began as just mere rumblings, people said ignore it, it happens, but it has now become a very loud chorus. Several leaders from the minority community, including JDS working president N.M. Nabi, Mohid Altaf, Nasir Ustad, spokesperson Noor Ahmed, as well as leaders from the Devangere, Mysuru, Ramanagara, Raichur and Tumkuru met to discuss their way forward with the party. The main grouse was and remains the deep ideological clash between JDS and BJP. N.M. Nabi said after emerging from the party meeting, and I am quoting him, "We have held a meeting to express our unhappiness over the alliance. We are hurt by the decision." The meeting triggered an open rebellion, resulting in several resignations from the Janata Dal Secular. The first to quit was JDS spokesperson from Mangaluru, UT Aisha Farzana. Then came Karnataka Unit Senior Vice President Syed Shafiullah Sahib, one of the most influential leaders in the party, and then Shivamoga General Secretary Srikanth, who put in his paper. First up, let's listen into what Syed Shafiullah Sahib had to say when he resigned from the party.
Since about 25 to 30 years I am with the party. Our party is standing on certain principles of secularism, and we have always propagated the principles of secularism to the voters, to the general public, and whenever we have been to the voters asking for their votes, we have always told them we stand on the secular principles and we work for all and we consider all the people equally. Now, if my party is joining hands with a party which creates rift between the communities and castes.
The alliance has had a cascading effect on neighbouring Kerala, and the JDS state unit president Matthew T. Thomas said very, very clearly, the state unit won't join the NDA. We don't know why the national leadership decided to join hands with the BJP. The party's professed stand was to fight both the BJP and the Congress. The party fought the assembly elections in Karnataka accordingly. Afterwards, the national executive of the party did not adopt a different approach. We are not party to the latest decision to join the NDA. You know what? It's not as if only JDS leaders are extremely unhappy with this entire alliance between JDS and the BJP. Even within the BJP, there are now protests about how they should approach the Lok Sabha elections with opponents who have now turned allies, with C.M Ibrahim openly talking about resigning from the party. Have the Gowdas made the worst mistake of their political life? Instead of survival, have they actually regressed back, as it were? That is the JDS. Let's debate. Joining us to speak more on this, Syed Shafiullah Sahib, former Vice President of the JDS, is now live on our show. T.R. Prasad Gowda, spokesperson for the JDS, is also with us. Dr. Baswaraj Itnal, senior journalist and political analyst, and Professor Chambi Puranik, senior political analyst, who is actually an expert, I am sticking my neck out, on the workings of the JDS, is here with us. It is such a privilege to be with all of you. Let me first go to Syed Shafiullah Sahib. Syed Sahib, I just want to know from you, we've heard you, your bite, you've already quit the party. You know, but after that, what has happened is, see, you know, a lot of people may say that this is very normal. Whenever there is change, a lot of people may not adapt to the change. I want you to tell the viewers, because see, politics today, the perception is, it is only a number game now. It is about opportunism. So, you know, it actually surprises a lot of people when people quit because of what your ideals are. Why don't you tell the viewers about, you know, you're such a senior person and you've been with the party, very influential also, is what made you actually resign? Is it that you were not taken into confidence, or is it that the entire thing about BJP, which actually has the, you know, image of dividing communities, what mattered more to you, Shafiullah Sahib?
See, actually, in all over India, one can very clearly see wherever the BJP government is there, in whichever state, one can see what is happening in that state. For example, Gujarat, when there was a BJP government ruled by our present Prime Minister Narendra Modi, when he was Chief Minister in 2002, whole Gujarat was fully subjected to riots and disruption and disruption of peace and harmony. And now you see what is happening in the Manipur. And very recently in Karnataka, for 3 years, the BJP government was there, and every day in whole of the Karnataka, one or the other place, every day there used to be a rift between Hindus and Muslims for no reason. It's all created every day by either Bajrang Dal, VHP, or Sri Ram Sene, and so many organizations created by BJP.
Yeah.
And people are tired of seeing that kind of governance by the BJP.
Right. But you know what, let me tell you that I'm playing the devil's advocate, but you know, even the patriarch, Mr. Deve Gowda, as well as HDK, have time and again said we are against sectarian politics. BJP tries to divide communities and the society. So, you know, all along, what do you think has changed? Is it only survival? Is it the last resort that the Deve Gowdas see for surviving? Is it what made them now stitch up an alliance with the BJP, sir? Desperation.
See, one can see very clearly all over India what is happening with how the central government is dealing with the opposition leaders of all the parties.
All right.
In every state. And maybe that is one of the causes, how they are going to deal with the opposition leaders. That is
are you insinuating, sir, are you insinuating ED raids, investigating agencies? Is it a kind of press? Is that what?
As a responsible citizen, I don't want to name any of those. And it's obvious and very clear. And the people are seeing, like in Hindi it is said, ye janta hai, sab kuch janti hai. Very clear that every opposition leader is being, forced
Yeah, but
to
sir,
accept the
logically, see, it
conditions
is,
of the BJP.
but sir, it's an electoral game. I mean, the thing is that, after these elections, we saw, JDS actually, the ground being eroded in a major fashion, whether it is Vokaliga or whether it is the minorities. I don't know what BJP is going to gain unless BJP, because it was ruling Karnataka before May. So, I find all this very odd. Mr. Gowda, would you like to take that question? He says it seems like the alliance is only for convenience. This marriage is for convenience. BJP, we say that so would you like to answer that? Do you think that is why the two, your party and the BJP have come together, Mr. Gowda?
No, it's not for convenience. Actually, I wanted to tell my friend Shafiullah, so many occasions where former Prime Minister Deve Gowda ji said, and even former Chief Minister Kumar Swamy ji also reiterated and confirmed, it is my duty to take care of our minority friends and minority community. We will take care of them. Whoever believes me, we will definitely we will take care of them, and there is no question of letting them down, whether politically or socially.
Right.
We will take them along. That is the strong message they have already given, even to our President Ibrahim ji. They have told, when there is no question of letting you down. Though we will joining hands with BJP, our secular ideas will remain. We are only joining with the BJP and not our ideologies.
Mr.
Ideologies
Gowda,
are remain
yeah,
same.
Mr. Gowda, last time
Don't
when
have to
we both
worry.
spoke, Mr. Gowda, you had said that our leaders will speak with the senior leaders of the minority community and we will bring them back. What happened? Today, Mr. Ibrahim, by 16th, he may have joined the Congress, sir. That's what sources are telling us. He's in constant touch with the India bloc. I think you failed. I want to ask Shafiullah Sahab before I go to Dr. Itnal. Shafiullah Sahab, isn't it true that, he's given time till 16
Madam,
and
you
someone like
become central
Ibrahim,
minister.
who has came from the Congress and made president of the JDS, today says that I am very shocked, I am very hurt, no one took me into confidence and they just did this. So, do you think that, Mr. Ibrahim most likely will go to the Congress?
Well, I don't want to talk on behalf of him. He has clarified in his own press conference. As far as the case of, in my case, I have already resigned only because my party, which stands and formed on the credentials and the principles and ideology of secularism, has joined hands with the party which only believes in creating rift between the various communities, various religions, various castes and various groups of the people. And they have shown it when they were ruling in Karnataka, they have shown it very well. That is why the people of Karnataka thrown them out. And now joining hands with them is like proving that what they have done is, it will continue even later on when they come to power, if they happen to come to power.
All right.
And the people of the whole Karnataka, not only Muslims, whole people of the Karnataka, Hindus and Muslims, they have experienced the very bitter way of governance during these 3 years when BJP was in power. And now the BJP is out of the power. And now it's not a good time that my earlier party should have gone and joined with them.
So the
the best thing is to remain.
The beauty of Indian politics is, and with due respects to you, sir, I hope you do not take offense, sir, but I think that you're sounding a lot like what the Congress or the India bloc would say, कि हम जो है नफ़रत की दुकान को बंद करके मोहब्बत की दुकान खोलना चाहते हैं और ये पार्टी ये नहीं करेगी. So I'm getting a lot of indications, but that's my job. I'm a journalist, I want to look for clues. Well, I'll come back to you, sir. Thank you for your patience. Dr. Itnal, elections is about numbers. Elections hardly works on emotions, particularly these days, that Garibi Hatao phase is gone, So the thing is, I want to ask you, a lot of people are saying, let the minority leaders leave JDS. let them leave it. As such, in 2023, the JDS really did not do, go great guns so far as the minority votes are concerned. They went, please correct me if I am wrong, like Vokkaligas, a lot of Ahindas and, minorities went to the Congress. So, they are saying it really does not matter. So, let us look at it in a very clinical fashion, Dr. Itnal. Do you think it matters? That most of the, now even C.M Ibrahim is, I think he will quit by the 16th.
Most
Yeah.
likely, that's what
Yes.
I also feel. Yeah. But looking at if JDS and Gowdas have taken this decision based on their performance or what Kumar Swamy said in a press conference saying that we did so much for Muslims did not support us. If that is a logic, the problem is that they have not seen, they have not understood the kind of understanding Congress worked out with SDPI in coastal Karnataka in previous elections few months ago. So the SDPI openly supported Congress. Why it supported that? JDS had to do an introspection within themselves.
Right.
It's not about en masse any community goes for any political party. Number one. Number two, Mr. Gowda was saying, Mr. Prasad Gowda was saying that it is not an alliance of convenience. Then what is it? Is it meeting of the ideologies?
Yeah, I know.
Is it meeting of the minds? If it is not an alliance of convenience, then what else it is?
Yeah.
See, I have not seen, they say, there is a saying, Sudha, that we keep saying that politics makes strange bedfellows.
Very
I have not
strange.
seen we have not seen a stranger bedfellows like this.
Yeah, but there is a past history, doctor, to the strange bedfellows. We've all seen the tug of war, how, JDS and Yedurappa, we were all there. I mean, thank God for being aged that I remember all this, what had happened, that your chance, we will see that famous press conference,
Yeah,
so we, go on, doctor.
If JDS had any kind of affinity towards BJP's or NDA's ideology, what were they doing when JDU went with Vajpayee government in 1998?
Exactly.
That's exactly why JDS was formed. As an alternative to JDU as an alternative to Congress.
Yeah. All right.
Now, if they're going ahead with this alliance, that too, you are keeping out, no smaller leader than the state president of your own party.
Right.
Whom you celebrated as minority
yes,
leader.
Absolutely. And this is a big mistake is what are you bring him in first. And then, today he is saying, I'm hurt, I'm disappointed, father figure, brother, everything. It's like your family member backstabbing you. And frankly, I don't only see it as a very moral thing. I think there is also electoral smartness in this. Shafiullah Saab, abhi aati hu main aapke paas. Meanwhile, let me go to Professor Puranik. Professor Puranik, a lot of experts are saying that even in the 2023 assembly elections, the BJP and the JDS had a big lead, so far as the Lingayats and the Vokkaligas are concerned. They had a bigger lead when compared to the Congress. So, they say their coming together is a very good idea. Anyone who wants to go, let them go. They will consolidate the two biggest groups in Karnataka, and that's what matters to strike back. Would you agree with this? I mean, let's look at it in a very clinical fashion, Professor Puranik.
Yeah, from the point of view of numbers game, after all, now the chemistry is in question, and the ideological, whatever odd combinations. Mr. Etnal said, strange bedfellows. It is true. But, politics is out of the possible. And Mr. Deve Gowda is very shrewd in this also. But when 17 years ago, when they were together, they had the same kind of whatever alliance that was there. And during that period, Mr. Farooq, who is a very senior leader of JDS party, has not quit. And he said, I will not quit. And he says that during that period, when we were with BJP, no harm was done to JDS or Muslims in particular and all that. So therefore, I will not go out of this also. So he is perhaps, he may be likely to be appointed as a president or in a senior position, he may be accommodated. So Mr. Deve Gowda's, whatever the political games we have seen, he's like a phoenix. From the ashes, he will rise and he will see that, the Karnataka farmers issues or the identity of a regional party. I think, these are all some of the magic words or slogans which perhaps he will use now when the alliance takes place. Second thing is about number games. BJP has got 34 or 35% votes intact. Its vote numbers have not come down. But whereas Muslims, I think from 19.4, which JDS had earlier, now it is 13.4. So
Yeah.
13.4 and 34% or 35.5%, 34.5. I think the JDS has got that kind of mathematical calculations also. So I said, when the chemistry is still, in the offing, I think they must have worked out this mathematics. And
Right. So
thirdly,
you're saying
as
chemistry,
you mentioned, they are going to.
Yeah. So you're saying chemistry is in question, but arithmetic works perfectly well.
Yeah.
So that's what I said. We have to look at it from all angles, And you're right. Shafiullah Saab, please go ahead. You had raised your hand twice, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
See, leaders of JDS and many other people who are discussing on this issue are talking only on Muslim votes to JDS. I wanted to point towards the votes of all other communities, which has come down this time for the JDS. There should be some other reasons. We should, my party, earlier party should have had pondered into all those aspects rather than pointing finger only towards Muslim votes. Muslim votes might have come down, but it has not reached to zero level. There are many Muslims who have voted to JDS, and there are many non-Muslims who have also not voted, and their earlier graphs have come down.
Yes, sir,
and
you are right.
I don't think.
Sir, you are
I
right.
don't think it's good for the party.
Yeah, it's not good for the party. I know that their
vote.
vote share has been eroded by both Congress and the BJP. But experts may say that, chalo, if there are two enemies, at least if you join hands with one enemy, you are in a better shape. But I want to ask you something. In the run-up to the election, sir, we saw the kind of family saga which unfolded in the Deve Gowda family. It is not to sit judgment on someone who is 90 plus and has been the Prime Minister of this country. But it was very clear, and I want you to tell me, because now you are not part of the party. Is it also because there is too much self-focus on son, daughter-in-law, grandson, actor, non-actor, Prajwal, Revanna, Anita? It seemed to be one mega serial which was unfolding, and which actually a lot of, because I have done stories about how very senior level karyakartas, workers were feeling very frustrated. Shafiullah Saab.
See, when I was in the party,
Huh.
I always focused on how the service is being done as a political party and political leaders, how the service is being rendered to the society. And I don't see any less service from the family of the Deve Gowda's family persons. I think they also are capable of rendering their services. That's why they got elected. Once they got elected, we can't say that they belong to one family or two families. If people elect them, the whole of the state has to agree that with the elected representative. Now, just because I have left the party, I cannot point my fingers towards that. I think if a person comes to the electoral foray and get elected, and that is sufficient for him to lead the constituency and render his services to the people of the constituency, whichever family he is belonging to. And if he is good in that, definitely people will like him, and we should not see them with any, indifferent sight. That's what I think.
Sir, it's very nice. I am so happy to meet someone who's still so idealistic. I am surprised actually. But the point is that politics does not work like that in this country, at least for the past 1.5 decades, from 2014 at least. It's about you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Congress, everyone is equally guilty of doing that, because power is such a, is such an intoxicating thing. I want to ask you, when you resigned, did you get a call from Mr. Deve Gowda or HDK or someone to say, do not go, Shafiullah Saab, please rethink your decision? Or, because I found it very strange when Kumaraswamy said, oh, we've done so much for the Muslims, what have they done? You know, I thought that maybe he was just being very petty.
See, with regard to the statement by my earlier leader, Mr. Kumaraswamy, that he has done a lot of things to the Muslims. No doubt, he has been very kind, and his administration was very good, and Muslims were in peace at that time. There is no doubt about that. At the same time, every leader, it's his duty to do that, to consider all the citizens and see that everybody progresses and the whole state remains in peace and harmony. And it's his duty, what he has done. And if he has done it, it's well and good. That's why he has got some respect. Right now, pointing fingers towards only Muslims and telling them, I don't think it's good. Another thing is, you have asked me one question that whether they have contacted me. They have tried to call me and explain to me why they have gone and joined with the BJP. But I know very well, I see BJP from the angle of how they are ruling in UP, Manipur,
All right.
and various other states, and what kind of governance they are giving to the people of those states.
Right. So, Mr. Gowda, I want to ask you. Shafiullah Saab was very honest. He said they are trying to contact me. How are you going to stop Mr. Ibrahim? Do you have any strategy to stop Mr. Ibrahim? Because it is not just about him belonging to the minority community. It is about, we are talking about a former union minister. We are talking about a very tall leader who has a place in Karnataka politics. What is your strategy going to be, sir?
Yeah, madam, myself, Shafiullah Saab, Ibrahim Saab, we are all very close friends. We can all, because I am, even Shafiullah Saab is also listening to my words now. Okay, and we are all very good friends. He has got very love and affection for the whole party and everything. At this crucial minute, after we lost elections, after this after MLA elections, whatever we expected, it has not happened. Though we have traveled, though Kumaraswamy and our President Ibrahim ji traveled across the state, more than 10,000 kilometers, 10 to 12,000 kilometers they have traveled, and they have told all these programs, 5 programs. They have whatever in our party manifesto, and people were very happy. Wherever they go, lakhs and lakhs of people used to gather, and everybody was thinking that JDS regional party will going to form the government independently.
Yeah, but it didn't happen.
No, it has not. It didn't happen. That's why I will come to that point. So after this, immediately after last magic of this Congress, though they have not done anything, and our effort was more. The Kumaraswamy ji's effort and Ibrahim ji's effort was more to form the government. But we were disappointed. We are not able to form the government. Now at this point of juncture, I don't think that leave the party. Of course, yes, he will. He said he will talk to his people and come back to Deve Gowda ji before 16th, and he will tell his decision whether to leave the party, because he was honored like anything in our party. He was like God figure.
But then all that is very good. It's well-meaning, Mr. Gowda, but you need strategy, sir. In first, Shafiullah Saab left. We have several leaders. Nabi Saab left.
One second, because I'm sitting.
Sir, quickly, sir. I have to go to other guests also. No, so I'm saying, the thing is.
As far as ideology is concerned, madam, because this is very crucial, I have to
go on, sir.
As far as ideology is concerned, our leaders, Deve Gowda ji and Kumaraswamy, are very particular to protect the interest of the minority
But so far it
community.
has not happened. It has not happened. We will look at reality as it unfolds. Dr. Itnal, look at this. I mean, 2023 we saw that, JDS's vote share was being eroded by both Congress and the BJP. If you look at it, it's not apples to apples. Of course, there could be differences, but these two parties were eating away, so people say it's a very good thing. Let JDS, form an alliance with the BJP. But today, if you look at it realistically, suppose this marriage fails, because if leaders are, because BJP also there are rumblings. It's not that they are very happy, because if you and I have been fighting for years, suddenly you and I have to walk hand in hand and ask for votes. It's not easy. What is the message that you are? So, do you think it is time that the JDS is really number 3 and really been relegated to the back burner and has become very insignificant in the Karnataka politics?
At the risk of sounding prophetic, let me say that this is the last chapter in JDS life story, in life cycle. So, because you're mentioning about JDS stand against BJP in previous times.
Yeah.
Just few weeks ago, Kumarasamy wrote an op-ed article in Prajavani, a local Kannada newspaper, criticizing RSS. With his byline, it was published. And then Kumarasamy is known to have made the statements regarding this Peshwas being taken over by BJP and all those such things. He criticized BJP openly, saying that they want to bring out, bring back Peshwa ruling to Karnataka. So, such being the case, and come to think of it, when there is whatever the exigencies are there, whatever political compulsions could be, do you think the moment you go and shake hands, your voter base, even consider Vokkaligas only. Anyways, you are alienated Lingayas, you are alienated Muslims now.
Yes.
Muslims are alienated. Now you're Gowdas only, Vokkaligas only. Will they automatically go and vote for BJP now because you were there? No. Voter is not that stupid. Voter also thinks. Now what happens is that now whatever may be the compulsions between Gowdas and BJP, that is different thing. But how it comes across the larger picture, the common man sees it only as a power-hungry gesture by a political family. Because we know people who have been observing Karnataka politics for a long time, they know what Gowdaji did to Hegdeji, what Gowdaji did to Siddaramaiah, what Gowdaji did to Yediyurappa. We know all these things. And also Dharam Singh, I forgot the Dharam Singh instance also. Yeah, we all know this. Now in the same series, this continues. This time, what is at stake? The very party's existence is at stake. If it works, party is. If it doesn't, party is no more.
Right. Professor Puranik, I want to come to you now. Professor Puranik, what I asked Dr. Itnal, you have said that, do not underestimate the power of Deve Gowda. He will rise from the ashes like a phoenix. But the point is, if you look at it in a very, very practical fashion, this alienating of Muslim leaders, imagine they did very badly. I mean, they did not do very well in the 2023 elections. After that, as a survival tactic, the voter may even forgive you if you are trying to survive. At least they have done something. But this alienation of senior leaders leaving the party and also Mr. Ibrahim, who is almost 1 foot outside the door, don't you think it's a major blow to JDS? Forget about BJP. I am only talking about the JDS. How are they going to counter this, Professor? You tell me. It has not even been 10 days and it is over almost. And don't you think, C.M Ibrahim, it is not just about minorities. It's I agree with Shafiullah Sahab that it's also about others, how they perceive this.
I think, if Ibrahim quits the party, which is likely to happen sooner, perhaps as you said, within a week or so. So that means to say it's a big setback, which I mentioned earlier also. But there is also, I think Muslims are divided now, because not that N block Muslims have left JDS or deserted Mr. Deve Gowda and Kumarasamy. So that's the point that we have to keep it in mind. And elections are, as you said, in terms of their arithmetic and calculations and all that. Second thing is, survival of the party. Mr. Deve Gowda will definitely, within the party, he will explain why he has taken this decision. Though it's ideologically little, I mean, not little in a big way, it's a big setback or a shame on JDS, which professed in secularism 100% and also stood by Muslims. But all Muslims may not leave JDS leader. That's why Imtiaz, another vice president, is still staying. As I said, Mr. Farooq is also there. And even from the point of view of the voting percentage, even if 3 or 4% Muslims leave JDS or they don't vote for JDS party, they perhaps, they will try to make it up with the alliance that the BJP has come forward. I think this is something which, as I mentioned earlier in your debate, this ideological factor, I don't think any party is Puritan or, you can say they are, adhering to ideology, as I said, except Communist Party. Second, see, when Shiv Sena, Uddhav group, joins hands with Congress and others, JDS doing this kind of thing. Perhaps the public memory is very short. Perhaps in the election, when it comes for the question of electing a regional party and reviving its identity, and also giving some kind of credit to Mr. Deve Gowda, having been former Prime Minister, and also had spell on the people of Karnataka, which he made Karnataka proud that one person could become Prime Minister. I think in the Lok Sabha elections, this will be the litmus
I wonder
test
if that is relevant. The voters' age has changed now, Professor Puranik. Perception has changed. I mean,
I'm not saying JDS has done the right thing. There is a possibility of a sympathy factor in favor of Mr. Deve Gowda, which perhaps he will try to exploit or make use. That's how I feel.
Shafiullah Saab, you think how soon or how delayed will be C.M Ibrahim's exit according to you? What are you picking up?
Mr. C.M Ibrahim has very clearly given the press statement, and he has expressed that on 16th he is going to take the views of all the party cadres, and then he'll take a decision. That's what he has said. And all other moves, what he's going to do is I cannot express. He only can clarify. Another thing, in the whole talk, everybody is only talking about Muslim votes. I think for my earlier party, it's quite difficult for improving the vote share of the other communities also. If they have joined hands with the BJP, the whole lot of the people who were with the JDS, we have all been convinced right from beginning that my earlier party used to be believing, and we had been running on the principles of secularism. And now, all of a sudden, if they tilt towards, say, about what the BJP's ideology is there, I don't think the party would be able to garner other communities' votes also.
All right, but
there is a problem.
Yeah, Shafiullah Sahib, you're right, because if you look at both Vokaligas and Lingaites, like Dr. Itnal also said, and now Muslims also, and I think it's really ridiculous to say Muslims en bloc vote for it. No, they don't. It's been proven time and time again that, like other communities, they don't, vote for one party, run to what are, they're not heard. I mean, they're thinking individuals. And they vote according to what their needs are, but they do not vote for the BJP. That is a gospel truth, which all of us have to accept.
Not because it's BJP, only because how the BJP is dealing with the Muslims in all the states where they have the government.
Absolutely right, but even in some states, you know that the Muslims have voted for the BJP, and that's another conversation. But I'm asking you, what are you planning to do? Are you planning to join the Congress, or have you now hung up your boots? You don't look like someone who's ready to retire, Shafiullah Saab. What's your next step going to be?
Ms. Sudha, I am a very, 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 very active and busy man in social work all over the state, and people know very well. And all the leaders of all the parties know my services, and it's recognized by everybody. And I am just waiting that definitely anybody will be ready to take me. But I am trying to wait for some time and then think over it.
And
what
definitely
we
I'll be ready.
what is called in the corporate world as a cooling off period. So I guess that what I can see is that the next time maybe I shall, when I speak to you, maybe you are part of the Congress. This is, I am taking a punt on this, and I hope that, you know, because there is no other option left so far as Karnataka politics is concerned. Thank you so much, Syed Shafiullah Saab, to have joined us on this chat. T.R. Prasad Gowda, it's always such a pleasure. Dr. Baswaraj Itnal, thank you very much indeed. Professor Chambi Puranik, always lovely to have you on my show. Thank you very much, gentlemen. It was wonderful. And the South Indian will now say goodbye, because that's all we have time for. And like I said, politics is a very, very interesting animal. You know, today there are things which you and I could say will never ever happen. But like life, never say never ever. And on that note, the South Indian says Namaskara, Vanakkam, until yet another story breaks and you and I get to speak on this couch.